So once we've captured all of our key asset data, what that fundamentally does is that forms the basis, or the spine if you like, of our property assets and the information that resides within them. So what we're going to have a quick look at here is Peat House, which is the headquarters for Bellrock. And as you can see on the home page of our building, which is in effect like the Facebook page if you like, it gives us a brief overview of the types of information that we have collected that will help us to maintain and support our property moving forwards. So very quickly, we have the main details of the site itself, key information about that site, the key managers, and more importantly, the key actions that are currently being undertaken on that site in terms of current reactive help desk jobs, and then more importantly around the planned or statutory compliance jobs that are expecting to take place as well. Going further down these individual tabs, the condition data that I mentioned earlier is also displayed on the site homepage. So in effect what this is doing is it's splitting out all the key maintenance future looking life cycle requirements in a graphical form, either versus priority of work or via work element, for example superstructure services, M&E, etc, etc. This linked to our reactive and planned information starts to give us a sense of where we're going to be required to spend our money on our properties, maintaining them as we move forward through its operational life. Alongside of this, we can capture our lease information, so we understand who's using the spaces that we're looking after and maintaining, and it also gives us a sense of where our revenue is coming from, so we can understand how our investment portfolios may be operating. We can capture projects and orders information. So for example, do we have any capital projects currently underway? In this example, we're doing some main reception improvement works, which we'll take a look at shortly. And we also can get a sense of the types of reactive budget spend that we're operating through to maintain our particular buildings. Then we can also capture our energy and running costs, which can then be interleaved alongside our staff and our maintenance costs, and then obviously start to have a look at the spatial breakdown of our individual properties, i.e. how we're using the spaces and the services that are supporting those spaces. We obviously have a map, and the key thing with these maps, what we're able to do is change the pins on these maps based upon key variables in the system. So for example, we might want to change the Peat House pin red if, for example, there are a certain amount of reactive jobs of a certain priority that potentially haven't been resolved on time. And then finally, in terms of this very high level view, we can start to get a bit of a look of the CAD drawings that have been uploaded against this building to give us a sense of how we can get around it, and also the different assets that reside within the individual spaces. So as mentioned earlier, this is giving us an overall view of information that exists against our property assets across the different functional modules that exist within the Concerto system.